Laguna Madre Water District services the coastal region in the tropical tip of Texas. From its residents in South Padre Island, Port Isabel, Long Island Village, Laguna Heights, and Laguna Vista, Laguna Madre Water District provides safe, reliable, and high-quality water and wastewater services. Do you know where your water comes from? The water you use daily for your activities travels from a place far from your home, apartment, or business. It all starts at the Rio Grande River. Laguna Madre Water District provides surface water from the Rio Grande River located in Cameron County. From the river pump station, Laguna Madre Water District pumps raw water to fill Reservoir 4, about 7.5 miles down through a 42-inch line. Reservoir 4 has a capacity of 198 million gallons, and the water plant can process 8 million gallons a day. That is 25 days of storage. Reservoir 4 then pumps, or gravity feeds the water down about 16 miles to Cuates Pump Station in Los Fresnos. Cuates is a concrete basin that holds 50,000 gallons. From Cuates, the raw water is then pumped 13 miles down to Reservoir 3, which is located at Water Treatment Plant Number 2. Water Plant Number 2 draws water from Reservoir 3 and also uses Reservoir 3 to fill Reservoir 1. Reservoir 3 has a capacity of 75 million gallons, and the water plant can process 8 million gallons a day. That is 9 days of storage. Reservoir 3 raw water pump station is where the treatment process begins. Raw water is pumped and immediately injected with chlorine dioxide. The raw water is pumped into the rapid mix. From the rapid mix, the water is dispersed into 2 clarifiers. Each clarifier is rated to treat a capacity of 4 million gallons per day. In the clarifiers, the water goes through a coagulation, flocculation, and sedimentation process. During these processes, we reduce the number of particulates in the water to a level required to push through the microfiltration unit. The water is then sent to the transfer well pump station, which combines the water from both clarifiers and then pumps the water into the strainer. The strainers then further reduce the number of particles in the water by simply filtering the water and sending it to the microfiltration modules. The microfiltration system is rated at a treatment capacity of 8 million gallons per day. Each module consists of thousands of straw-like fibers that are used to filter the water even further. The capability of the microfiltration is to remove particles the size of less than 1 micron and to capture viruses like Cryptosporidium and Giardia. After the microfiltration process, it is then injected by caustic, chlorine, and ammonia. After this injection point, the water is sent to the clear well, which is a 1 million gallon capacity concrete storage basin. The water is directed to maneuver through the clear well in a manner as to give the chemical enough time to disinfect, neutralize, and make it potable. The water is then fed to the high service pump station, where it can be then pumped into the distribution system. On December 17, 2014, Laguna Madre Water District completed an upgrade and expansion of Water Treatment Plant Number 2 in Laguna Vista, including the addition of microfiltration membrane technology. In combination with an improved disinfection plan completed in March 2016, operations chose to stop running Water Plant Number 1 to prevent lower quality water from mixing with the superior water quality being produced at Water Plant Number 2. The new plant in Laguna Vista had a capacity that met water demands for the entire district. Water Plant Number 1 in Port Isabel will remain offline until it can be refurbished and expanded to provide an equal water quality to Plant Number 2 in Laguna Vista. Laguna Madre Water District operates with the best equipped plants for wastewater treatment. Wastewater travels from the household through a gravity line that are connected to sewer lines usually located under streets. It proceeds to make its way to what is known as a lift station or pump station, a deep underground fiberglass encased well that has 2 submersible or above ground pumps. The raw sewage will eventually make its way to the wastewater treatment facility. Lift station operators, licensed wastewater treatment operators, monitor these lift stations on a daily basis. Located close to the Port Isabel Wastewater Treatment Facility is lift station number 11. The lift station pumps all the raw sewage or wastewater to the Port Isabel Wastewater Treatment Facility. This plant is one of the 4 wastewater treatment plants. At this particular facility, the raw sewage enters via a force main coming from lift station number 11, which makes its way up to what is called the headworks, a brand new addition which plays an important role in pre-screening. which eliminates any unwanted items or blockages where wastewater is supposed to flow freely. The headworks will help filter out all these unwanted inorganic items. The influent is pumped into a rotary drum screen, which screens out or separates all the debris from this raw sewage that is coming into the plant. These various pieces of debris and inorganics go down a chute and head down to a compactor that is located at ground level. Simultaneously, all the influent gets routed to what is referred to as a head cell or grit separator. Meanwhile, the influent flows over a rectangular weir and is mixed with return activated sludge that is coming directly from the actual aeration process part of the facility. At the same time, the grit makes its way through the grit wash chamber and is sent down a metal chute that directs the grit straight into a dumpster. As the influent and RAS mix, they head down a pipe via gravity and come up at the aeration basin section of the wastewater treatment process. Directly from the headworks, the influent enters the aeration basin. This is where the actual wastewater treatment commences. Wastewater is treated through a biological process called the activated sludge process, measuring such things as food to microorganism ratios, as well as keeping up with the dissolved oxygen levels, taking pH measurements, among other analysis. At the end of the aeration process, the sludge, or mixed liquor, travels down a pipe by gravity to what is called secondary clarifier. The secondary clarifier is what separates the water from the actual sludge. The solids content in sludge is heavier than water. The sludge or solids settle to the bottom, where a clarifier rake forces it to go through a hole in the center column of the clarifier, which pumps it to the headworks as RAS. All of this is returned by a certain percentage that the operator is in control of. Along with this returned sludge, another percentage is extracted from the RAS and becomes waste-activated sludge. The waste-activated sludge goes to separate sections of the plant called digesters. This is where the wasted sludge is decanted of most of its water content and released to the drying beds, which are outside. The chlorine contact chamber is the segment of the facility where the disinfection of the treatment wastewater happens. The TCEQ regulating agency that specifies that this treated wastewater is to take a detention time of 20 minutes going through the chlorine contact chamber. At this step, we inject chlorine, give it the 20 minutes detention time to disinfect, and send it over a rectangular weir onto the next step of the process. Since there are strict regulations on releasing treated wastewater that has chlorine residual, the next process would be to dechlorinate. We utilized a chemical called sulfur dioxide that, upon making contact with chlorine, makes chlorine inert. After dechlorination, the treated wastewater, known as effluent after it meets or exceeds state standards, can now be discharged into a bay, estuary, wetland, or any state waterway approved by TCEQ as receiving stream. Any effluent discharge into any state waterway must meet the state and federal requirements that licensed wastewater operators oversee every day. Laguna Madre Water District knows that it is important for you and your family to have the best product. We work every day to make sure our services satisfy all your needs and to bring reliable, safe, high-quality water and wastewater services. In Laguna Madre Water District, quality water is our business.